Hey, what is up guys? It is EccentricDzns here, and I'm going to try and get through all of this competitive sniping information as fast as possible. Now when I say competitive sniping information, I'm talking about what I expect in competitive sniping. I'm talking about the snipers, giving the information on that, talking about the perks, the wild card information, all of that stuff. Now, also with the maps, I'm going to start by, let's say, talking about the snipers. Now first of all, we have the snipers, what is it? I believe it's Ballista? Yes, the Ballista is the very first one that you guys saw when watching the trailer. If you guys did watch the trailer, the Ballista had no scope. I believe you can put a scope on it, and it's basically iron sights. Now, for that, I'm gonna go ahead and say that, you know, we have marathon sniping, we have quick draw sniping. I'm saying, make something new this time. We should do ballistic sniping as the third as well, because ballistic sniping is not like using a FAL, it's just having iron sights. It still has recoil, there's no basically just click 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 and there's like 4 bullets immediately. It's not about trigger finger, it's still quick scoping just without a scope. It's more like quick sniping. But now I'm thinking that's gonna be a good idea. Maybe you guys should throw that out there. Now the next sniper that is bolt action is the DSR-50. The DSR-50 looks just like the Barrett 50 cal a little bit, but when it comes to quick scoping with a scope, obviously quick scoping scope, in Black Ops 2, it is gonna be skillful. It's gonna be like COD 4, but not the style quick scoping of COD 4. It's gonna take skill like COD 4 did, but it's not gonna be like Black Ops quick scoping. It's not gonna be like Modern Warfare 3. It's not going to be like Modern Warfare 2, it's going to be its own unique little twist. You're not going to be able to really pop shot or black shot as much, and you're going to have to, you can have scope a little bit, kind of like Modern Warfare 3, you're going to have to kind of pre-patch a little bit, like Black Ops, so you guys are going to have to kind of get used to that. It's not going to be able to be banned, I'm just letting you guys know, unless you figure out something new when the game comes out. Now, moving on from that, let's talk about the class setups. There are 20 slots in the class setups, and now within these class setups that have to do with competitive sniping, we're talking about one primary weapon, obviously your sniper, and there's 6 perks that you can use in your out of your 20 slots, and 3 wild cards. Now, when we're talking about perks, the ones we're going to want to use are in perk tier 3. Now, because I'm saying this is because perk tier 1 has nothing unless you guys want to use lightweight, and there's no point using hardline whatsoever because you have to use quick draw as an attachment now in order to, you know, do that or whatnot. So there's no point in having really perks at all except for extreme conditioning and dead silence, which are both in perk tier 3. So listen up, that brings us to the wild cards. Wild cards are basically an extra point, but it takes away one of your slots. Now, there is perk tier 1 greed, perk tier 2 greed, and of course perk tier 3 greed. For competitive sniping, all you guys out there that host, you know, rankings channels or whatnot, you're gonna want to use perk tier 3 greed. Now I say this because perk tier contains extreme conditioning and dead silence. If you're using perk tier 3 greed, you're going to be able to use both. Now, like I was saying with the attachments, for the attachments, you're going to want to use extended mags, and also as well, you're going to want to be using quick draw if you're doing quick draw competitive. You're going to still be able to do mirror competitive because you obviously don't use quick draw, just use third tier perk greed and just use, you know, dead silence and extreme conditioning. Now, also for quick draw, you're going to still want to use the perk tier 3 greed with the quick draw attachment as well as extended mags attachment, along with the 2 perks that you get from the greed, which would be extreme conditioning and dead silence, because using anything other than that would just be quite ridiculous. But anyway, enough with that. Let's get to playing, well, go ahead on to the theater mode, and with theater mode, you're gonna be able to, you know how you used to only be able to use 10 slots or put 10 clips together when using theater mode. Now you can use 20. Yes, 20. And as well, they're bringing back Dolly Cam, and also there is, they had community. Well, like for Black Ops, where you could put the videos into a community, people search up a community filter, and bam, videos pop up that are of your searching of what you like, of your preference, whether it's fails or whatnot. But we're going to be able to create a community filter, meaning that you can create one for raw claim match clips, being that maybe you think somebody cheated, maybe somebody you're trying to cheat to get on the ranks. Put your whole entire clan match onto that community and type in the filter or whatnot, let that come up. Moderators or whatnot can review that and we'll be set. Now, on to the next. In the community filter, there is upvotes and downvotes. I guess if somebody cheated and you noticed it, downvote it. If somebody did a good job and they made an amazing comeback or something like that, upvote it. Now, highlight reel. That is a new feature in Call of Duty theater mode, and well, highlight reel is basically, it creates its own little quote-unquote montage for you. One click of a button turns everything into like a montage for you. It's going to be basically really simple, and I don't know, maybe it'll be better than some of the editors out there. If you guys are having edit your clan matches for once, maybe you'll just need to add a little color correction to it and a song. But now, next is Codcast. Codcast will allow parties to watch theater videos together. Codcast feature was primarily made for the benefit of esports or MLG, but because we're competitive snipers, we can kind of fit into that, where commentators can watch each player from first-person view and toggle different views. So, like, let's say, maybe you guys want to do, how they do MLG and do commentations, maybe you guys want to do commentations over some competitive sniping. That would be amazing. Like, oh, what's his face? Oh, Precision gets the triple, or Dismay Jordan pulls off a quad, whatever like that. Or, VMAC hits a 720 off of the top of, whatever maps there are, which I'm gonna get to in a minute. Yeah. Now, also, while doing Codcasts, there is an ability to integrate this into a live streaming feature. Yes, you will be able to live stream from your theater mode in your whatever video you're watching or doing or have put into your theater. And I already talked about the 20 segments. Now, attached to object, let's say somebody's cheating and you're like, you see a grenade, but your quality's not good enough to prove that they threw a grenade and it's not in the kill feed, or somebody might have switched teams and did it and made it look all weird. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens with excuses in competitive. But now you can attach to object, for instance, if somebody maybe throws like a Simtex, you can place the camera on that Simtex. It follows it exactly where it is in the view of the Simtex, as if the Simtex had eyes. Now, also as well, you can do that for any moving object. I'm hoping, which would be amazing feature, especially for some cinematics or whatever you want to go into your clan match edits. Attached object would be used for bullets. That would be amazing. Follow a bullet. Maybe you got a triple headshot or something like that, or you picked up a quad and you wanted to follow the bullet for the 4th kill to make it look just amazing or nasty, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping for that. Now, lastly, let's go ahead and get to the maps. The maps include Aftermath, Cargo, Turbine, Yemen, as well as Carrier, Drone, Express, Hijacked, Meltdown, Overflow, Raid, Plaza, Promenade, Standoff, and if you bought pre-ordered, you got Nuketown 2025. Now, with these maps, I'm going to include some little pictures of it, I guess. Aftermath is kind of a large map. It's basically downtown. It's the ruined downtown Los Angeles with close engagement. There's a lot of close encounters, so that might be a really good capture the flag map, or headquarters would be a little bit of camping around corners and stuff if you're going to be playing that map. maybe some sabotage, for instance, by the look of the map that is given to us for the overview map that is given to us of Aftermath. Now, Cargo. Cargo is kind of a small map. It's more of a wide map instead of like vertical. It is like has a little circular encounter area. You can go around edges. By the look of this, it seems like there's some high points in here, so it might be really fun for headquarters. But headquarters, I heard, is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be mostly expected headquarters as much as all the other COD games where you could expect where the headquarters are going to be. Turbine is what you saw in the trailer video, where they had the little plane at the top and you had the little air electricity turbine spinning in the air. That map is actually pretty big. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the map overview, kind of looks like Village. Not the actual map itself, but the overview of where like all the spots are and whatnot. Kind of looks a little bit like Village's layout, but just completely different stuff. Yemen is basically, it's like an old, I think Yemen's based in India. It has really tall towers. You can get up in high buildings. There's a lot of buildings, and you're going to be able, that'll be an extremely fun capture the flag map. By far, hands down, the perfect capture the flag map. Now, moving on to Carrier. Carrier is basically built on a battleship. It's supposed to be a small map, along with Drone, which is kind of more of a jungle type map, but like a hidden drone facility, which would be a really good headquarters map for close encounters. There is an Express, which is a medium-sized map, and it's basically there's supposed to be a moving train going around it and whatnot. It should be really fun, actually. There's Hijack, which is on a cruise ship, or, well, a yacht that was hijacked, supposedly, and you guys get to play on that. It's more of a vertical map. And Meltdown. Meltdown's a large map. It's based in a nuclear plant. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies that you guys can sit into and play off of. There's Overflow based in Pakistan. It's along basically a street and a bunch of like little engagements because there's like stuff all over the streets. Raid, which is going to be probably the perfect map. Like, everybody's going to be playing that map. It looks really good. There's a lot of close encounters. There's perfect corners. It looks like a bunch of stuff you can jump on because it's like one big kind of Hollywood hillside mansion. Now, Plaza. Plaza is, I don't know, it looks a little weird. It's kind of like just a regular town, basically, is what you're going to be playing on, like dirt roads. And Promenade is a skate park. What I see is a skate park. It's a floating resort in the middle of an Indian Ocean, and that's going to be really fun to play. It just looks fun by the one picture that they have. And they got a classic Call of Duty map, Standoff. Standoff, it kind of looks a little old. It's kind of a perfect map. It's really like a COD 4 looking kind of map. Like, if you want to go back to your COD 4 days, play that map. And guys, that is about all that I've got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Peace.